Ladies and gentlemen, there is a divine order to life, a set of principles that govern success, purpose, and fulfillment. Every woman in this world is born with a purpose, an assignment that only she can fulfill. Yet, in a world filled with confusion, distractions, and misplaced priorities, many women find themselves lost, unsure of their identity, unaware of their power, and disconnected from their true potential. But today, I want to share with you 5 unshakable rules, principles that every woman should live by. These are not just suggestions. They are the keys to unlocking destiny. They are the foundation for a life of significance. A woman who understands these rules will not be swayed by society's pressures, nor will she be defined by circumstances. Instead, she will walk with confidence, operate with wisdom, and live with purpose. The time has come for women to rise, not just in status, but in understanding. A woman who knows her worth cannot be manipulated. A woman who understands her purpose cannot be distracted. And a woman who walks in wisdom cannot be stopped. Let me give you these principles, and I urge you not just to hear them, but to embrace them. Because when a woman aligns herself with divine order, she becomes a force that cannot be ignored. Know your identity and value. A woman who does not know her identity is like a ship without a compass, drifting aimlessly, vulnerable to the tides of life. If you do not know who you are, the world will try to define you. It will label you according to your past, your mistakes, your looks, or even the expectations of others. But you are not defined by external factors. You are defined by the Creator who designed you with intention. Many women struggle with insecurity because they have been conditioned to seek validation from people who do not understand their worth. They allow culture, media, and relationships to dictate their value. But let me tell you, your value is not up for negotiation. You were created with purpose, and your existence is not an accident. A diamond does not lose its value because someone fails to recognize it. Its worth remains the same whether it's in the hands of a jeweler or buried in the dirt. Likewise, a woman's value does not decrease based on someone's inability to see it. You must know who you are before you expect others to treat you accordingly. When a woman understands her identity, she carries herself differently. She does not chase approval, she does not settle for mediocrity, and she does not allow herself to be mistreated. Instead, she walks with dignity, speaks with confidence, and operates with wisdom. The world needs women who are secure in their identity, women who do not shrink back in fear or compromise in confusion. A woman who knows her worth is powerful beyond measure because she does not wait for permission to be who she was created to be. So I ask you today, do you know who you are? Do you understand your value? Because until you do, you will always be at the mercy of those who seek to define you. Guard your heart and mind. Your heart is the wellspring of your life. What you allow into your heart and mind will determine the course of your destiny. If you allow negativity, fear, and toxic influences to take root, they will produce fruit in your life. Fruit of doubt, insecurity, and pain. But if you guard your heart and fill it with truth, wisdom, and righteousness, you will produce fruit of confidence, peace, and purpose. Too many women have given access to people and ideas that have no business shaping their lives. They entertain relationships that drain them. They listen to voices that belittle them. And they accept narratives that imprison them. But let me tell you, your heart is too valuable to be handed over to just anyone. A woman must be selective with what she allows into her spirit. She must guard her emotions, protect her peace, and be intentional about the voices she listens to. Not everyone who has access to you should have influence over you. Some people come to build, and others come to break. Some come to inspire, and others come to manipulate. Wisdom is knowing the difference. The mind of a woman is powerful. If she fills it with wisdom, she will make decisions that elevate her. If she allows it to be polluted with fear, doubt, and comparison, she will sabotage her own potential. That is why renewing the mind is necessary. It ensures that a woman operates from a place of strength, not weakness. So I challenge you today, guard your heart, guard your mind. Be intentional about what you allow to take root in your life, because the harvest of your future depends on the seeds you plant today. Develop your gifts and talents. A woman who does not develop her gifts is like a lamp that remains unlit, full of potential but never fulfilling its purpose. Every woman has been given something unique, a talent or skill that sets her apart. But talent alone is not enough. It must be cultivated, refined, and maximized. The world does not celebrate potential. It rewards those who develop their abilities and use them effectively. Too many women go through life unaware of the treasures placed inside them. They underestimate their abilities or allow fear to silence their creativity. Some have been told that their dreams are too big, their ideas are unrealistic, or their ambitions are not meant for women. But let me tell you this, your gift was not given to you by people, so people cannot take it away. It was placed inside you by God Himself, and it is your responsibility to develop it. Developing your gift requires discipline. It requires sacrifice. It requires consistency. A woman who is serious about her purpose does not wait for opportunities to come to her. She prepares herself so that when the opportunity arises, she is ready. Excellence is the result of preparation, and preparation is the sign of a woman who values what she has been given. Your gift is the key to your influence. The world will make room for a woman who has refined her abilities. It is not beauty, status, or connections that establish true influence. It is the mastery of your God-given abilities. Whether your talent is in leadership, creativity, communication, or service, you must invest in it. Take the time to grow, to learn, and to become an expert in your field. The more skilled you become, the more doors will open for you. Do not bury your talent. Do not allow fear, doubt, or laziness to keep you from using what has been given to you. There are people who need what you have. There are problems that only you can solve. There are lives that will be changed because of your gift. But if you do not develop it, those lives will remain unfulfilled. So I ask you today, what are you doing with the gifts placed inside you? Are you sharpening them? Are you using them? Are you walking in excellence? Because the moment you decide to invest in yourself, the world will begin to take notice. A woman who knows her worth and develops her gift is a woman who cannot be ignored. Do not settle for less than you deserve. Settling is the silent thief of destiny. It is the decision to accept less than what was intended for you, simply because you are afraid to wait, afraid to believe, or afraid to demand more. A woman who settles compromises her purpose, her worth, and her future. But a woman who refuses to settle stands firm in her convictions and walks boldly in the direction of what she truly deserves. Many women settle because they do not believe they are worthy of more. They accept unhealthy relationships, unfulfilling careers, and mediocre lives because they have been conditioned to think that expecting more is selfish or unrealistic. But let me tell you something. Settling is not humility. It is a betrayal of your true worth. You were not created to live beneath your potential. You were designed for greatness, and anything less than that is an injustice to your purpose. A woman who understands her value does not accept mistreatment. She does not entertain relationships that drain her. She does not lower her standards to accommodate those who refuse to rise. Instead, she sets the standard. She walks away from situations that do not align with her purpose. She trusts that if something is meant for her, it will meet her at the level of her worth, not beneath it. Settling often comes from impatience. Many women accept less because they are afraid to wait for what is truly meant for them. They convince themselves that something is better than nothing, but that is a lie. The wrong thing at the wrong time is still wrong. Just because something is available does not mean it is meant for you. Waiting is not a punishment. It is preparation for something greater. Do not allow fear to push you into accepting what was never meant for you. Whether it is in relationships, career, or personal goals, always remind yourself that you are worthy of the best. You do not have to apologize for having high standards. The right opportunities, the right people, and the right path will meet you when you refuse to settle for less. So I challenge you today, examine your life. Are you settling? Are you accepting less than you deserve? If so, it is time to rise. It is time to walk in the confidence of a woman who knows her value, because when you refuse to settle, you make room for what is truly meant for you. Operate with wisdom in relationships. Relationships shape destiny. The people you allow into your life will either push you toward your purpose or pull you away from it. A woman who is wise in her relationships understands that not everyone is meant to walk with her. Some people come as distractions, some come as lessons, and some come as divine connections. Wisdom is knowing the difference. Too many women have been wounded, delayed, or derailed because they gave their hearts to the wrong people. They entertained friendships that drained them, relationships that broke them, and connections that distracted them. But let me tell you, who you walk with determines where you end up. A woman who surrounds herself with the wrong people will always struggle to move forward. Wisdom in relationships begins with discernment. It requires listening to that inner voice that warns you when something is not right. It requires knowing when to say no, when to walk away, and when to set boundaries. Not everyone deserves access to you. Some people only come to take, and if you are not careful, they will leave you empty. A wise woman does not just choose relationships based on emotions. She chooses based on purpose. She surrounds herself with people who challenge her, encourage her, and push her toward her destiny. She seeks out relationships that add value, not ones that drain her. She understands that love is not just about feelings, it is about alignment. If you want to see your life elevate, examine your relationships. Who is speaking into your life? Who has influence over you? Who are you allowing to shape your decisions? Because your associations will either be the wings that help you rise or the weights that hold you down. So I challenge you today. Be wise in your relationships. Do not entertain what does not serve your purpose. Do not hold on to what is pulling you backward. And do not settle for connections that do not honor your worth. Because a woman who operates with wisdom in relationships is a woman who walks in strength. Walk in purpose, not in comparison. Comparison is a silent killer of destiny. It robs a woman of her joy, her confidence, and her unique assignment. Too many women spend their lives measuring themselves against others, comparing careers, relationships, appearances, or achievements, without realizing that purpose is not a competition. When a woman understands her divine assignment, she no longer looks to the left or the right. She walks forward with focus, knowing that her path is designed for her alone. The danger of comparison is that it distorts perception. It makes a woman believe that someone else's success is evidence of her failure. But let me tell you this. Your purpose is not diminished because someone else is excelling. The same God who placed greatness in them has also placed greatness in you. Your journey is not meant to look like anyone else's, because you were created for a unique and specific purpose. A woman who walks in purpose does not waste time envying others. She understands that her only competition is the person she was yesterday. She is not moved by trends, nor does she seek validation from the world. Instead, she focuses on growing, learning, and fulfilling the calling that was placed inside her. She recognizes that purpose is not about being better than others. It is about becoming the best version of herself. Comparison also breeds discontentment. It makes a woman ungrateful for what she has because she is too focused on what someone else has. But gratitude is the key to fulfillment. When you appreciate where you are, you prepare yourself for where you are going. A woman who is grateful for her portion is a woman who is ready for increase. Walking in purpose requires discipline. It requires keeping your eyes on your own assignment and refusing to be distracted by what others are doing. It requires trusting that your time, your season, and your breakthrough will come. It requires understanding that delays are not denials, and that what is meant for you will not pass you by. So I challenge you today. Stop comparing. Stop measuring your journey against someone else's. You are not behind. You are not forgotten. You are right where you need to be. Walk in confidence. Trust your process. And remember that when a woman fully embraces her purpose, she becomes unstoppable. Pass on a legacy of righteousness. A woman's influence does not end with her. It extends to generations. What she does today will echo in the lives of those who come after her. Every woman has a responsibility to build a legacy, not just of wealth or success, but of wisdom, character, and righteousness. The choices she makes, the values she upholds, and the principles she lives by will shape the lives of her children, her community, and even those she may never meet. Too often, people think of legacy only in terms of material possessions. But true legacy is not what you leave behind. It is who you leave behind. A woman who walks in righteousness ensures that her impact outlives her. She invests in others. She imparts wisdom. And she sets an example that others will want to follow. Building a legacy requires intentionality. It means living in a way that reflects integrity, honor, and faith. It means teaching the next generation how to walk in wisdom, how to make godly choices, and how to stand firm in their identity. A woman who leaves a righteous legacy understands that the decisions she makes today will affect generations to come. Many women underestimate the power of their influence. They think their words and actions do not matter, but every life they touch is a seed planted. The way a woman speaks, loves, leads, and serves will either build or break those who watch her. Whether she realizes it or not, she is shaping the world around her. A righteous legacy is not built in a day. It is built through consistent choices. Choosing faith over fear, wisdom over impulse, and purpose over pleasure. It is built by standing firm in truth even when the world is shifting. It is built by being a light in a world that is filled with darkness. So I ask you today, what kind of legacy are you building? What will people remember about you when you are gone? More importantly, what will God say about the life you lived? Because a woman who commits herself to righteousness does not just make an impact for today, she changes the course of history. Ladies and gentlemen, the world is in desperate need of women who know who they are, who walk in wisdom, and who refuse to be anything less than what they were created to be. Women who will rise above the limitations placed upon them, not by force, but by the power of their identity, their purpose, and their convictions. Women who will not bow to the pressures of society, but who will stand firm in truth, in righteousness, and in confidence. A woman who knows her worth is dangerous to anything that seeks to oppress her. A woman who guards her heart and mind cannot be manipulated. A woman who develops her gifts will always be relevant. A woman who refuses to settle will always attract what is best for her. A woman who operates with wisdom in relationships will never be led astray. A woman who walks in purpose will never be distracted by comparison. And a woman who builds a righteous legacy will impact generations long after she is gone. The time has come for every woman to examine her life. What are you allowing to define you? What voices are shaping your choices? Are you living according to divine order, or are you being swayed by temporary distractions? Because the truth is, your life is not just about you. It is about the people you are called to inspire, to help, and to lead. Your obedience to these principles is not just for your benefit. It is for the benefit of those connected to you. Do not leave this place today without making a decision. A decision to rise. A decision to live by these rules. A decision to walk in wisdom, in purpose, and in strength. Because the moment you make that choice, everything changes. Doors open. Favor follows. And you begin to live the life you were always meant to live. So I leave you with this. You are not ordinary. You are not weak. You are not forgotten. You are a woman of value, a woman of purpose, a woman of destiny. Walk in it. Live by these rules and become the force that this world cannot ignore. Thank you.